What's up, everybody? It's your boy Chris K, and on this episode of Texas Monsters, we're going to be speaking on two 16-year-old twins, a boy and a girl from Cypress, Texas, who escaped their mother's house, went around the neighborhood knocking on doors, and finally one heroic neighbor would let them in, and they would reveal to the police of all the evil and torture that their mother caused them.
You need some help?
Yes. Can you put a letter in, please? We're
What's
two
wrong with you?
kids.
What? What happened?
Can you please? We just need somewhere to be right now.
No, we can't do that.
And I spoke to them. I didn't open the door. I was like, oh, so what can I do for you? And they were like, please, we need a place to sleep. And I was like, no, I don't know you, so please get off my property. And they left.
On October 25th, 2022, in Cypress, Texas, early in the morning, multiple doorbell ring cameras would capture two children, a boy and a girl later discovered as twins, knocking on the door begging for help. The first homeowner was away in Dallas but answered the camera and asked if they needed help. The children replied, "Yes, please let us in, please." The homeowner replied, "What happened?" The little girl could be seen holding handcuffs in her hands. She said, "We just need somewhere to be right now." The homeowner replied, "No, we can't do that." The second homeowner spoke with the children and said, "What can I do for you?" The children responded, "Please, we need a place to sleep." The second homeowner replied, "No, I do not know you. Please get off my property." At approximately 5:27 a.m., the twins would knock on another door, pleading for help and showing the handcuffs that they were forced to wear. The anonymous woman would answer the plea for help and let the twins inside. The twins would show the woman the handcuffs and told her that they had just escaped. The woman called 911 immediately. The woman took the twins in the kitchen and got them blankets. It was 50 degrees outside that morning and the twins barely had clothes on. They walked around the neighborhood for 30 minutes before the life-saving woman answered and took the twins in. The boy twin said that he was starving and asked if he could have something to eat. After the woman fixed the twins something to eat, she started asking the twins questions. She asked what had all happened the night before. The girl twin was visibly shaking and showed the woman her handcuffs. The child would go on to say that they just broke out of the handcuffs and their mom was keeping them locked up in the laundry room naked. They had zip ties around their ankles and handcuffs around their wrists. The twins told the woman that they had to pee and poop on themselves, and whenever they needed to bathe, their mom would let them use the dirty mop water bucket. And they washed themselves in the dirty mop water. The heroic woman asked to remain anonymous, and she told reporters that both children had multiple scratches and bruises all over their bodies and severe scars around their wrists. Shortly later, the Harris County Sheriff's Office would show up to the house and would question the twins about their parents and where they lived. The twins told police that they didn't know the address of their house because they hadn't lived there long, and they didn't know the area because they weren't able to go outside for long periods of time. The twins also told police that they had 5 brothers between the ages of 8 to 14 years old. The Harris County deputies were able to find the house that they lived at shortly later. The house was on 8702 Marina Alto Lane near intersection West Road and Fry Road in Cypress, Texas. Upon searching the house, the Harris County deputies learned that the twins' mother, 40-year-old Zakia Duncan, and their stepdad, 27-year-old Jova Terrell, had fled with the other 5 children. An Amber Alert was issued by Houston Regional on behalf of the Harris County Precinct 5 Constable's Office. It would note that the 5 children ages 7, 10, 12, and 14 are missing, and anyone with information concerning the whereabouts should contact Harris County Precinct. The Amber Alert also stated that it was believed that the children's 18-year-old brother is with the missing children and his mother and stepfather. The alert stated that the missing children may be in a silver Outlander Mitsubishi with a Louisiana license plate. Later on in the day at around 5 p.m., Duncan and Terrell were taken into custody near Louisiana State University campus in Baton Rouge. According to reports, only one of the 5 children were with the parents, and the couple told police that the other kids were dropped off at a relative's house. Police located the other 4 children and they were found in okay conditions. The 4 younger children were currently being cared for by Child Protective Service in Louisiana, and the twins were sent for treatment at a children's hospital in Katy, Texas. The twins are also in care by CPS in Texas. The 18-year-old brother was detained along with his parents, but since he was legally an adult, the police would let him go, taking the car that they were pulled over in. Duncan was charged with aggravated assault and injury to a child with prior conviction in Harris County, Texas. Terrell is currently charged with ongoing violence against the family. Duncan and Terrell were held in a Louisiana jail with no bond pending extradition to Texas. In the first week of November 2022, Jova Terrell made his first court appearance on the charge of continuous assault of a family member. The judge set his bond at $500,000. Duncan was extradited back to Texas, and in her first hearing, prosecutors believe Duncan has deleted video evidence regarding the case, and reports came out that Duncan may be pregnant. The judge set Duncan's bond at $4.5 million, and additional charges may be filed as further evidence is found out. Duncan's next court date is set for January 25th, 2023. All of the couple's kids are back in Texas in CPS custody. According to reports, Duncan has been arrested and charged with child abuse in the past. Louisiana court documents from 10 years ago reported that a 5-year-old child of Duncan's was taken from his school to a hospital with multiple burns to his feet, genitals, and other parts of the body. Doctors would determine the cause for the burns would be from boiling hot water, and the 5-year-old had multiple bruises on his chest, back, butt, and his hips. When police arrived at Duncan's home, they found a 20-month-old child wrapped in clothing with his hands bound. Duncan told police that she disciplined her child daily. Duncan said she would make her son get into a push-up stance for an hour straight, which would cause the child's hands to swell. She would make him sleep on the closet floor and would block the closet door with boards so the child couldn't escape or steal food from the kitchen. 2 other children of Duncan showed signs of abuse and were removed from the home. Duncan admitted to being investigated for child abuse prior to that incident, and she was charged with cruelty to juveniles in 2013. Allegedly, Duncan and Terrell had just moved to the house in Cypress, Texas, and authorities are not sure how they moved into a $600,000 house with no recordable job history. In recent court documents, the 16-year-old twins revealed the evil torture and abuse that they suffered in their house by their mother. The 16-year-old boy said that his mom once gave him 24 Benadryl tablets to make him go to sleep. This caused the 16-year-old boy to have a serious seizure. He said after that, his mom dropped the dose to 20 Benadryl tablets for him and his sister. The twins also said that their mother forced them to drink bleach and that she would pour the bleach on their private parts until it burned them. Duncan also made her kids drink Lysol and other cleaners if she thought that they were talking too much. They told investigators they were not allowed to use the restroom and were forced to defecate and urinate on themselves and then forced to eat and drink it. They said their mother would beat them with extension cords, curtain rods, and other multiple objects. She would also punch them as hard as she could multiple times throughout the day. The twins were severely malnourished and would only get mustard or bologna sandwiches 1 to 3 times a week. The twins were handcuffed naked to a dolly in the laundry room with zip ties around their ankles every night in the house. On the night that they escaped, the 16-year-old boy said that he found the handcuff key in his mother's purse and he hid the key in his mouth. At around 5 a.m. on October 18, 2023, the twins unlocked the handcuffs and ran out of that evil house, knocking on every neighbor's door that they could find. Now, this is just absolutely insane. I don't even know what to say about this. I'm pretty speechless. I'm glad the kids survived that torture. I don't see how the mother still had her kids after being charged in the past multiple times for abusing her children. I don't know what happened there. That's a letdown in the system. She should have never had custody of those kids after that first charge. And I think the guy, Terrell, I think he needs to be charged just the same. I mean, he was there while all this was happening. I hope these kids can find peace with all the scars, bruising, the mental and emotional and physical abuse. I think it's going to be hard, but I think with the right guidance, they can get back on track, hopefully, in the future. And all the other kids, the other children, are in CPS custody. Now they'll hopefully be put in a good home where they can't be abused anymore. You know, that chick's pregnant again. That's going to be her 9th kid. How was she allowed to have more kids after she got charged the first time with child abuse? I don't think that's right. It's just going to cause more mental instability for all these kids that were brought into this life. It's just horrible and evil. All those things that mother did to her children, I can't even imagine. I don't want to think about it. This was a hard one to cover. Let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. I appreciate y'all watching this episode of Texas Monsters. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Thank you.